In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, praise be to God, Lord of the worlds, and peace and blessings be upon his trustworthy messenger and upon his family and all his companions. We begin this session after praising God the Exalted for enabling us to reach this day. We begin by continuing our commentary on the Book of God, the Blessed and Exalted, and we are still with Surah Al-Baqarah. We have reached the words of God, the Blessed and Exalted. O mankind, worship your Lord. Is that not so? We have reached this point. Yes, our Lord, the Blessed and Exalted, says, O mankind, worship your Lord who created you and those before you that you may become righteous. He who made for you the earth a bed and the sky a ceiling and sent down rain from the sky and brought forth thereby fruits as provision for you, so do not attribute to God equals while you know. God, the Blessed and Exalted, began this blessed surah as mentioned by describing the state of the believers, then the characteristics or conditions of the disbelievers, then the conditions and characteristics of the hypocrites. We paused at this point when he mentioned the hypocrites and elaborated on their description, even giving two examples of the hypocrite, the example of the fire and the example of the after this mention. There is a shift in address if you recall when we discussed Surah Al-Fatiha. This shift is a technique used in Arabic to draw attention, sharpen the ear, and similar things. It means speaking about a topic and then introducing another stylistic device called a shift. In Al-Fatiha it says, all praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds, the most gracious, the most merciful, master of the day of judgment, followed by praise. Then, you alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. We said there is an implied phrase. Say you alone we worship and you alone we ask for help. This is a type of shift in address. Similarly here Allah mentions the characteristics of the believers, then the characteristics of the disbelievers, then the characteristics of the hypocrites, and then shifts the address. Now the call is a direct address, O mankind. Previously it was information, informing about the believers, informing about the hypocrites, informing about. Now it is a direct address, from Allah the Blessed and Exalted, O mankind. This is called a shift in address, meaning the style of speech changes from the third person to the present person, or from the present person to the third person, from the individual to the plural, and so on. This is the shift in address. O mankind, worship your Lord. The scholars of Hadith, in distinguishing the Meccan surahs from the distinction between Meccan and Medinan surahs, is based on the fact that Meccan surahs begin with O mankind, while Medinan surahs begin with O you who believe. This is the general rule, but it's not always the case. This particular verse is from Surah Al-Baqarah, which is unanimously considered Medinan, yet it begins with O mankind. Similarly, Surah An-Nisa begins with O mankind, fear your Lord, and while it is unanimously considered Medinan, it begins with O mankind. However, it is generally said that one of the signs of Meccan surahs is that they begin with O mankind, while Medinan surahs begin with O you who believe. Therefore this is not the case here, as it begins with O mankind and not O you who believe. O mankind, worship your Lord is a command from God, the Blessed and Exalted, to worship your Lord. The Lord is the Creator, the Originator, the Sustainer, the Owner, the Majestic. Worship your Lord, for He is your Lord. He alone deserves to be worshipped, and none other deserves it. He is worshipped because He is your Lord, the Exalted, the Almighty. He created you, He brought you into existence, He gives you life and causes you to die. Everything is in His hands, the Exalted, the Almighty. Worship is everything that God, the Blessed and Exalted, loves, whether words or deeds, outward or inward. This is worship. Do everything He commands, and refrain from everything He forbids, the Exalted, the Almighty. Whether the worship is physical or spiritual. Physical worship includes prayer, fasting, pilgrimage, and jihad. Spiritual worship includes humility, piety, reliance, certainty, and the like. Worship your Lord who created you. This is an emphasis, even though Lord is sufficient to mean that he is the Creator, the Exalted, the Almighty. But he emphasized it by saying, who created you and those before you, meaning he created you and your fathers and forefathers, because some people say, who created you? They say, I came from my father's loins. No, he created you and your father and your grandfather and your great-grandfather. And Adam, who is the father of mankind, may the peace and blessings of my Lord be upon him. He created you and those before you, and this is what some scholars have said. This verse also contains an indication of the reality of resurrection. Resurrection is a reality since he created you now. What is the meaning of him creating you a second time? He who began the first creation will repeat it. Glory be to him, the Exalted. Were we not tired of the first creation? Rather, they are in doubt about a new creation, so they will say, who will bring us back? Say, he who created you the first time. So God, blessed and exalted is he, confirms to them that he created them, so there will be a resurrection, because the one who created the first creation will find it easier to create the second. The first thing is always the most difficult, and the second is always easier. When you make something, the second version is easier than the first. So, God, blessed and exalted is he, says, he who was not tired of the first creation was not tired of the first creation, so the second creation is even more so, and we will not be tired or weary of it. And man says in the verse, does man not see that we created him before when he was nothing? God, blessed and exalted is he, says, I created you before when you were nothing, so repeating him is even easier and more likely. He who created you and those before you, so that you may become righteous, that is, so that righteousness may come when you remember that God created you so that you may fear him, that is, place a bond between you and him. His punishment is a protection, and what protects you from his punishment, may he be glorified and exalted, is faith in him, may he be glorified and exalted. He is the one who made the earth a bed for you. Now God, blessed be he, reminds us of his blessings, saying, I am the one who made the earth a bed for you, meaning it is spread out and flat so you can sleep and rest on it, and so it is with the word bed. Someone might say, well, what about the mountains? We say that the mountains and other things are for the service of this spread out earth. The earth is originally spread out and flat so that people can benefit from it, and the mountains, he said, they are but firmly set mountains to stabilize this earth. He is the one who made the earth a bed for you, and the sky a structure, meaning above it is a structure, a sky built above the earth. The earth is a bed and the sky is a structure. Then he said, and he
وأنزل من السماء ماء يقول أهل العلم السماء الثانية غير السماء الأولى. السماء الثانية غير السماء الأولى. السماء الأولى هي السماء المخلوقة هذه.
sends down water from the sky. The scholars say that the second sky is different from the first sky. The first sky is this created sky, while the second sky is the clouds. And he sends down water from the sky, meaning from the clouds, because rain comes down from the clouds. And the scholars say that everything above you is a sky. Everything above you is a sky in relation to you. That is why the man said to the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him and his family, when he saw him selling the food basket, means a container with food, and the spoiled food was placed at the bottom. The prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, came and put his hand into the basket, and his fingers felt wet. He said, what is this, O owner of the food? Meaning, you are deceiving us by keeping the wet food underneath so people won't see it. He said, what is this, O owner of the food, or O owner of the basket? And he said, it was affected by the sky, meaning the rain, because it comes down from above. So everything above you is considered sky. That is why the slave girl said, when the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, asked her, where is God? She said, in the sky, meaning in the highest place. Glory be to him, the exalted. Do you feel secure from him who is in the sky, meaning in the highest place, because God is not inside the sky. The sky is a creation, one of God's creations. God, the blessed and exalted, says, and the heavens will be folded in his right hand. So God is not inside the sky, but rather he is above the sky, meaning in the highest place. Glory be to him, the exalted, who made the earth a bed for you, and the sky a canopy, and sent down from the sky, meaning from the clouds, as we said, water, and brought forth fruits as sustenance for you, this rain, when God the exalted sends down this rain, makes the earth active, so the grain sprouts and the trees grow, and he sends down fruits from the sky and brings forth fruits as sustenance for you, so do not set up rivals to God while you know that He has no equals. If this is the case, He created you or brought you forth. He made the earth a bed for you, He made the sky a canopy for you, He sent down water from the sky and brought forth sustenance for you from the earth. After all this do you set up rivals to Him? Meaning, after His blessings, may He be glorified and exalted. You set up rivals to Him, His goodness descends upon you and your evil ascends to Him. So, do not set up rivals to God. A rival is an equal, a likeness, and God has no equal, may He be glorified and exalted. And in the famous hadith of Ibn Mas'ud, the Prophet, may God bless him and grant him peace, said, O Messenger of God, which sin is the greatest? Meaning, give me the greatest sin. He said, to set up a rival to God while He created you. This is the greatest sin, to set up a rival to God while He created you, and God may He be glorified and exalted, says here. So do not set up rivals to God, meaning a likeness, or an adversary who deserves the same worship as God, may He be glorified and exalted. It is not permissible, so do not set up rivals to God while you know that He has no equal, and you know that these idols which you have made rivals, you yourselves created them. You, meaning they are supposed to worship you, you created these idols. Now the idol of Buddha, this one comes from the earth and says, I created it, but they don't make it, they make it with their own hands, so how can you make it? And then worship it? As it has been reported about some of them, they said, we used to make the idol, meaning the god they worship, from dates, and when we were hungry we would eat it. This is a god that is not fit to be a god. God, the Exalted, says, so do not make rivals to God while you know, meaning while you know that He has no rival, no equal, there is no one comparable to Him, there is nothing like Him, the Exalted. Then He said, and if you are in doubt, meaning if you are uncertain about what we have revealed to our servant, which is the Qur'an, and our servant is Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, and God the Blessed and Exalted called him here in the form of servant to honor him, and He said, our servant, attributing him to Himself. This is an honorific attribution from God the Exalted. He said, and if you are in doubt, meaning if you are uncertain about what we have revealed to our servant, meaning the Qur'an, if you are doubting the Qur'an, they brought forth a chapter like it. Come on, strive, bring forth a chapter. You say he's a liar, a sorcerer, a madman, a soothsayer. Fine, they gathered and did something like it. The answer came in the Qur'an, bring us something like it. And the scholars say that God, glory be to Him, gradually challenged them, say, initially, say, even if mankind and jinn gathered together to produce the like of this Qur'an, they could not produce the like of it, even if they were to assist one another. So He challenged them to produce what? A complete Qur'an. Say, even if mankind and jinn gathered together to produce the like of this Qur'an, they could not. This is a real opportunity for them. If God says you cannot, then He says we cannot, and they try at least, but never. There is complete despair. So God, blessed and exalted is He, revealed to them, or do they say He has invented it? Say, then produce 10 chapters like it. They fabricated it. Come on, 10 chapters, come on. He revealed the complete Qur'an, 114 chapters. He revealed 10 chapters. He said, then produce 10 chapters like it. They fabricated it. Did they do it? They did not. They were unable. He came to them. Now in this verse it says, then produce a chapter like it, and they were unable to do so. This challenge was during the time of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and it continues to this day and will continue until the hour comes. This challenge is ongoing for all of creation, humans and jinn, to produce something like this Qur'an, or even 1 chapter or 10 chapters. The challenge stands, therefore. Sheikh Muhammad Rashid Rida, may God have mercy on him, mentioned in the opening of his book Tafsir al-Manar that some Christians in Egypt said, I can easily produce something like it. I am eloquent and knowledgeable, and indeed he produced something he claimed was like this Qur'an, but what did he produce? He produced
جاء شيء يعني يقول يشابه الفاتحة.
Something that resembled the Fatiha, the opening chapter of the Quran. He said, "This Fatiha is neither eloquent nor well organized. I will produce something more eloquent than it." He said, "Praise be to God, the most gracious, the King, the Judge. In Him we seek help, to Him we worship, and upon Him we rely. We seek refuge in God from the people of
نعوذ بالله من أهل النيران.
hellfire." He said, "This is a shorter version, better than the Fatiha." Then Sheikh Rita, may God have mercy on him, refuted him and pointed out the flaws in his speech, his slip of the tongue, and the weakness of his language. The point is that the challenge stands. You can imagine how many non-Muslims there are.
ولكم أن تتصوروا يعني كم عدد غير المسلمين اليوم؟ 6 مليار.
Today, 6 billion. Okay, this is from humans and jinn. Who knows their number? Who has some experience with the jinn? How many are there approximately? In wars, they themselves made it up immediately. Okay, God Almighty, this challenge still.
طيب الله سبحانه ما زال التحدي هذا قائما. أيها الإنس أيها الجن ائتوا بقرآن.
Stands, O humans, O jinn, produce a Quran like it. Come on, produce its like. And God, blessed and exalted is He, says, if you do not do so now, and you will not be able to in the future, this is a challenge like no other. And never implies perpetuity. Perpetuity means it will never happen.
لن تفيد التأبيد. تأبيد يعني لن يكون أبدا. لن. طيب قالوا تفيد التأبيد فإن لم تفعلوا ولن تفعلوا. فإن لم تفعلوا ولن تفعلوا. ولن تفيد التأبيد وإن كان ليس دائما لكن هي من إفادة التأبيد.
Okay, they said it implies perpetuity. If you do not do so and you will not be able to, then if you do not do so and you will not be able to, this implies perpetuity, even if it is not always, but it is from the benefit of perpetuity. Okay, he said, if you do not do so and you will not be able to, this is a challenge. So He, glory be to Him, said to them, then fear the fire. If that is the case, that you will not be able to, then fear the fire. So fear the fire whose fuel is people and stones. Okay, and if you are in doubt about what we have revealed to our servant, then produce a chapter like it and call upon your witnesses, all of them besides God, if you are truthful. If you do not do so and you will not be able to, then fear the fire, that is placed between yourselves and the fire, protecting something that protects you from the fire, and it is not a protection from the fire except for Islam alone. So if you do not do it and you will not do it, then beware of the fire whose fuel is people and stones. The stones here are said to be idols. The stones are those that you and what you worship besides God are fuel for hell. They said they are the idols, and most of the scholars said that the stones here are sulfur stones. The stones meant are sulfur stones. They said that it has qualities that are not found in other stones, meaning they are combined with them. They said that
منها قالوا إن حجارة الكبريت سريعة الاشتعال. هذا واحد.
sulfur stones are quick to ignite. This is one thing. You will repeat them all. You see what I am saying now, you will repeat them. First, they said it is quick to ignite. The second thing is that it is very hot. The third thing is that it has a lot of smoke. The fourth thing is that it has a foul smell. The
الرابعة أنها لها رائحة نتنة. رائحتها مزعجة.
fifth thing is that it sticks to the body. These are 5 qualities that were said about sulfur stones. Therefore, they said that it is what is meant here. Its fuel is people and stones. We mentioned it is quick to ignite. The smoke is very thick. It is very hot. What?
دخانها كثيف. شديدة الحرارة.
More can I say than that? The smell is strong and it sticks to the body. It adheres to the body, meaning these are the characteristics of sulfur stones. They said that this is what is meant here. So fear the fire whose fuel is men and stones, prepared for the disbelievers. The scholars said that his statement prepared means that the fire exists now. It does not mean that. The matter is not as he said, that the fire will be created on the day of resurrection. He said, no, it exists because it came in a hadith from the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, that the Fire complained to God, the blessed and exalted, saying, "One part of me is consuming the other." So, God permitted it 2 breaths. In summer and winter, thus the most intense heat you experience and the most intense cold you experience are from it. And one day the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, was sitting with his companions, may God's prayers and peace be upon him, when he heard a sound. He said, "These are stones that were thrown into the fire 70 years ago. Now they have reached the bottom of hell, may God protect us from it." So the correct meaning is that the fire exists. And in the night journey, when the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, was taken on the night journey and then ascended, he saw the fire, peace and blessings be upon him. So the correct meaning is that the fire exists, created from today.